My name is Bart Cochran. I'm the CEO and founder of an organization called Leap Housing. We're an Idaho-based organization intently focused on the challenges around affordable housing in our community. The outreach work that we've been doing really is focused around what we refer to as YIGBY, Yes in God's Backyard. And really it's a call in response to oftentimes people hear about not in my backyard. The counter was yes in my backyard. And so the thinking is that faith communities view the land that they own as really God's. They're stewards of land that's not theirs. And so when we begin to sort of explore the idea of, hey, would you consider utilizing a land for the purposes of creating affordable housing, this sort of positive response from the church is yes. Yes in God's backyard will do that kind of work.
My name is Becky Newberry, and I'm Church Council President this year at King of Glory Lutheran Church. The forefront of our social justice issues right now are both housing and feeding the hungry.
My name is Joe Bankard. I'm the senior pastor at Collis United Methodist Church. The church had like a quarter acre. It was unused. It was by our parking lot. It was a goat head field, and it had been that way for 100 years. So as a congregation, we just said, we have to do something to put this to use.
When we began to explore this idea of where will we get land, churches kept coming in, faith communities. People said, oh, there's that ubiquitous softball field that's right next to the church.
We had always had this back lot, and it basically originally was more just to keep the weeds down. Other members had some vision, and it was in 2009 that ground was broken for a community garden. But the rest of it, they didn't solve what we would do with the rest of the back lot, as we called it.
Faith communities own over 180 acres of excess land. Now, this is beyond the parking lot. This is excess land that could be utilized for housing. To give people sort of a mental picture, we explained that that's larger than the Boise State campus.
Someone mentioned housing, like, well, what if we used housing? And I can remember, because I laughed, I thought, I have no idea how to build a home or what it would look like to be a property manager or to collect rent. A congregant said, well, you should talk to Bart.
The missing piece was they said, we're not builders, we're not developers. And so we said, well, what if we brought the technical skills to the table so that faith communities would have the skills in a partnership in order to be able to unlock this potential? And the resounding response from the churches were absolutely.
Bart and I had coffee, and after that meeting, I felt very confident it was possible. So it became clear that it didn't require the church to have financial resources to make it happen, that we could donate the land, or we could sell the land, or we could lease the land, and that LEAP would oversee the building of the project. And so the decision was made to lease the land to LEAP, and that they would build 2 homes and we would rent them as affordable units.
The council was approached by the LEAP program. The whole council was intrigued, especially our president, Mary Rickard. With their amount of enthusiasm and support, we decided to kick off the program. We listened to the congregation. They were concerned that the amount of traffic for that many units of 18 to 20 was not manageable. So over time, we settled on 8 units on that parcel of land, as well as keep the community garden intact.
After the families had moved in, and now it's been months since the families moved in, there isn't one congregant who expresses concern. There isn't one person at Collister who does not think we did the right thing. They know we did the right thing. They were won over when they saw the difference and the impact it made in the community. And so, again, for those who might be hesitant, those who might have questions, I can assure you that from our perspective, you're going to feel much different when you see those families, you see those kids, you see those people that now have a roof over their head.
Success for us is fairly neutral in the sense that we use the excess land that you have to create housing units that can be occupied by people in the community that would otherwise be priced out. And it didn't affect the church in a negative way.
I would want to encourage every church to prayerfully consider being involved in the housing crisis facing the Treasure Valley. And I really believe it's a crisis.
But there is a fear of the unknown, and there's always the joke about Lutherans not wanting to change. I think that starting small or in baby steps for introduction, taking time to maybe tour some of the other locations, I think that was really important for us. Just see for ourselves what possibilities could become reality.
And this is the way in which God love is spread, in tangible ways.